What is up, Block? Feenix here, and welcome back to the following Simulator 22 Feenix Moment. This is where we talk about everything that happened last week, everything that happened this week, and so on. But before we get into last week, you guys know we have to start by thanking our elite flock members. These are beautiful people that help support the channel every single month, and one of the perks of being elite flock members, you get named shout out at the beginning of every Feenix Moment. So without further ado, let's run down this list of awesome people. We have Mr. Redneck Gaming 98, Mr. JD Bathars Gaming, Mr. Remy Merle, and Mr. Colin Cooper. Thank you guys so very much for your continued support. It does mean a lot to me, and as always, I love your faces. Now, if you would like to be on this list of awesome people, you can check out that join button down below. It'll tell you everything about becoming an elite flock member and perks and all that jazz. So if you're interested, click the join button down below. Now moving on to our comment of the week. I go through all my comments every single week. I have actually been slacking. I didn't do it last week because I recorded the video on a Thursday instead of a Friday because I was trying to get ahead of the game. And so last week I failed, but I did comment back on all of the ones that I had an answer to, I guess. And I picked out this one because I've talked about it before, but I don't think I've ever actually completely addressed it. So, Sunny Barry 7020 commented on the Bronxville Fire Department of the Covington County coverage series, and he says, "When I joined the group, how much do the mods cost?" None. So, I've tried to do my best to not cover any mods that are paid mods. I'm not for paid mods. I'm not for Patreons and all that. I do think there's some people that do it right, but there are a lot of people who do it wrong. And it's the whole Patreon and the thing is a very fine line, because a lot of people, there are some people who do it right where they it's an early access and then a month later they'll release it. That I'm perfectly okay with. I'm fine. It doesn't bother me at all. It's the other people who never release it. It's just oh, it's a beta mod, and it's just it's been a beta mod for 3 years. That's abusing that platform, in my opinion. But yes, the Covington County series and all the fire trucks that are through TLO are absolutely free. There is they don't charge anything for them. They're harder to get because they are behind a protected wall, not a paywall. It's like a security gate, and you have to be listed as a trusted user to get inside that gate for the download. Does that make any sense? There's no membership fee. There's none of that. It's just very tight security. There you go. That's the word I'm looking for. But yeah, everything fire truck wise and Farm Sim 17 that you see me post that is released is all free. It's not. There's nobody pays for them. This is not Farm Sim 22 where a guy's taking mods that Jesse released for 17, converted them over, and charging you $20 a month for. That's not how TLO rolls. All right, so 100% free to answer your question, and if anyone else was curious, that Covington County won't cost you a thing. Moving on, let's talk about last week and what happened last week, because last week was a bit wonky. Because I decided, hey, I'm going to release a video for Covington County every day leading up to the release of Covington County, because I started the day, so every single department would be featured in a video, and then the day of there would be a release video. And well, adding that on top of my regular schedule was working okay until I got a call Thursday, a text message Thursday, that my cousin, a distant cousin, I wouldn't even say distant because we had the same great grandmother. My grandmother and her grandmother were sisters, so it's not distant cousin. But I've never met this person before in my life. She's actually my dad's age. I think they were talking about how she was maybe 4 or 5 years younger than my dad, but they grew up together down in Georgia. So her and her husband came up here to visit, and I wasn't like it wasn't on the high priority list of mine to make time out. I was fully fledged on getting my work done and then heading over to chat, and then my dad kind of cornered me. I was like, well, my wife's got the car, I can't really get up there today. And he's like, we're in town, we're coming by to pick you up. So I spent all of Thursday and most of Friday hanging out with them being my dad, my mom, and my stepmom, and my cousin and her husband, because Thursday, I went over there, and she is the, I guess you could say, family historian. She's a genealogist, and she's that was her main purpose, is to get more information about family, and of course visit my dad, because they haven't seen each other since, I think she said my dad, last time she seen my dad, he was 16 or 17 years old. So yeah, she was visiting him while getting as much information about the family as possible, to just kind of compile it all together. So it was interesting for me, because I don't know, it seems it's very sad that it seems like more common than not, especially in my neck of the woods. Everybody knows one side of the family. So for me and for my wife especially, we grew up knowing our mother's side of the family, and we didn't really know much about our dad's sides of the family. So it worked out pretty well, because I grew up only knowing my mother's side of the family, and she grew up knowing just a little bit about her dad's side of the family, but the majority about her mom's side of the family. So we're alike in that way. So to get to know more about my dad's side of the family was definitely interesting. I got to see pictures of my my great-great-grandfather. I've actually seen the first picture of my grandfather ever. You couldn't really see him much, because he was off to the side in a picture of my great-grandfather. So it was interesting to see and go that. Not only that, hear stories about my dad's childhood, because my dad doesn't really discuss much about his childhood, which my dad had a very tough childhood growing up, and definitely learning more about hearing the stories that they were reminiscing about. It was definitely, you could definitely tell he had an interesting childhood, and he doesn't talk about it much. So to hear him sit down and actually talk, and them telling stories about how it was like this, it was like that, it definitely was interesting, and that's why it hooked me. It kind of sucked me in, and I was like, I was only gonna be there for a couple hours on Thursday. I ended up being there for a couple hours, went home, got lunch, came back for a few more hours, and then Thursday I got up at 8 o'clock, or excuse me, Friday I got up at 8 o'clock in the morning, went to have breakfast with him. We went over to the cemetery where my grandmother was buried, which, and a very awkward coincidence, my wife's grandfather and father are all buried at. So it was definitely learning more about it and everything, and trying to we had to go hunting, because I hadn't been there. I don't even think I was a teenager last time I was visit my grandmother's grave, and I definitely didn't know that 2 rows over, that's where my great-grandmother and great-grandfather were buried. So it was definitely interesting, and to learn all about that. It's got me wanting to dig deeper into the history, because that's that's only my dad's mother's side. So this cousin is my grandmother, my dad's mother's niece. right? That's how that works. No. Her grandmother... Her mother would have been my grandmother's niece. It's so confusing when like everybody's just like, that's my cousin, that's my cousin, that's my cousin. I'm like, yeah, but what degree of cousin? Let's just anyway. So that was how I spent my Thursday and Friday, just like getting to know this distant relative that I've never met before in my life, and just one of the like it's awkward because a lot of my mother's side of the family is very standoffish. Like they weren't too keen on getting to know people, I guess you could say. It's like, I am who I am, you either want to know me or you don't, I don't care. Whereas my cousin and her husband were very like, they want to know more about us, and they want to know more about how what's life like up here, and like stuff like that. It was definitely interesting to share. And then of course we were the same way. My dad knew a little bit more about it, but me and my stepmom were like, we wanted to know more about what's life like down in Georgia and stuff like that. So it was interesting. It was definitely interesting. And that bled over to Friday night, because Friday I spent the morning and early afternoon with them, and then went back home. And then when my wife got off, we went back over and hung out that night. And my brothers, from my dad's previous marriage, came up, so it was kind of like a small family get together. Even the Thursday before, my uncle, my dad's brother, came up with his wife, and we were sitting there chatting. So it was definitely, it was fun. It was really fun, and now I want to make a trip down to Georgia, just to, like, they came up here to see how we live. Now it's time to go down there and see how they live. Anyway, I rambled too much about that, so that's why I didn't stream on Friday, because by the time I got home Friday, we got home at, I think it was like 8:15ish, between 8:15 and 8:30, and we hadn't had dinner yet. I still needed to get a shower, so I was like, I told my wife, I was like, let's just take the night off. Like, with the past couple of days, I've been running around with my family. We haven't had a ton of time to spend together, so let's make it a me and you night. We kick back and we watch the movie on the TVs, and just spend time together. And actually, when I get done, I'm going, because she's upstairs, so I can get some video recordings. As soon as I get done recording, I'm going to go up and spend the rest of the night probably watching YouTube videos with my wife. Anyway, so that's why I didn't stream Friday night. That's why the posting schedule got really hectic towards the end of the week, and all that jazz. I'm never going to recover a schedule from this. Because right around the corner, they're wrapping up the whole renovation process of my old unit. So we were actually supposed to be moving this month, but something tells me come the end of the month, or we were supposed to move at the beginning of this month. Something tells me towards the end of this month, beginning of next month, we're going to be moving. So within a couple of weeks, I foresee that falling, that shoe hitting the ground, and then that's a whole nother process. But anyway, let's go ahead and move in this week, and I'll stop rambling and all that. So coming up this week, we have Sunday, Feenix. You're watching now. If not, well, then you're missing out. We do have, I believe, 5 more video. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 more videos coming, I believe, of fire trucks. 75, 76, 77, 78, 79. I might have miscalculated. Anyway, there should be a fire truck video every day until release. So yeah, you still got a few more videos of Covington County coming. That's what I'm going to record after this, actually, and call it a night. I need a couple more, record a couple more of those. but we're getting so close to that. So Covington County later on Sunday. Monday will be a mod spotlight. It might just be the Covington County video, so I can get caught back up on whatever I was doing prior to this whole all these shenanigans. So it just might be a Covington County. I do have the rest of the single mods that Peyton released in the TLO Discord to cover. I still have a bunch of maps to cover, and some cool maps that come out recently. I don't think I'm going to get caught up before 25 comes out. Oy vey. But anyway, secondary video, if there's it's either one video or the secondary video would be Covington County, but there will be a Covington County on Monday. Tuesday will be more Fallout 76. I still have plenty of that to render and upload. I need to get some of that done. My wife works 1 to 8:30 on Sunday, so I think that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be just rendering and uploading, rendering, upload schedule, render, upload schedule, render. That's my plan for Sunday. We'll see how it goes. As far as, again, when our secondary video, Covington County, there definitely will be a Fallout 76 that's already uploaded. Wednesday will be a mod spotlight and 22 of what I don't know just yet, but there will be one. And then of course Covington County. Thursday or Wednesday is actually release day, I believe. Wednesday is the 24th, so yeah, Wednesday will be release day for Covington County. And then Thursday will be a solo video of Back to Blood. I have plenty of that to record it and ready to upload. And then Friday will be a Feenix Plays. I still have a bunch of content to upload for that. Then Saturday, there's some Counter-Strike. I forgot some Counter-Strike went up last week. There's another Counter-Strike video with the same group going up this week. Or, yeah, this Saturday. So, there you go. That is this week's upload schedule. As far as live streaming goes, Friday should be back to normal. It should be back here on for Farming Friday, for Farming Simulator 22. Last week I fully planned on still streaming that night, but then like by the time we got home and it was after 8, I was just like, and then just yeah, like my priority is hanging out with my wife. I'm not gonna lie. So that's what it was. And then but I should be back Friday. I would definitely be here for Thursday, whatever PJs decides to stream. I don't know what he will stream. If he streams something I can play, then I will definitely hang out. If not, I'll be in the chatting away. But Thursday is PJ stream night. He usually starts streaming between 8:30 and 9 o'clock. You can find his channel link down in the description. Everything you see on my channel, it says with Cast Pajamas, and the title is stream or record while he live streams on Thursday nights. Farming Friday is me, or Friday is my stream. Farming Friday. Been starting around 9 now because my youngest is staying up until 9 now. So usually I start setting up, and then whenever she decides to mosey on up the stairs, it's when I start live streaming. So it's usually between 8:30 and 9, but always closer to 9, I would say. Saturday is whatever night, same way, or same thing. I stream whatever the guys want to play. Whatever we've been playing PGA here lately. I don't know what else is on the docket, but we'll see. Again, that usually starts between 8:30 and 9. And then, as far as Sunday goes, that is JT's stream day. I included him last year. By the time I usually post these videos, by the time I do, he's already live streaming or done live streaming. So Sunday is JT's stream day. He's been streaming PGA, he's been streaming Among Us, he's been streaming Lego, and pretty much anything you can think of, construction simulator. He's been streaming. He usually starts between, I'd say 11 and 12 Eastern time. If you guys want to check him out, his channel is also linked in the description down below with the Cat Pajamas. But yeah, there you go. That's all I got for you guys today. If you guys did enjoy today's video, do me a huge favor, leave a like down below. Just help me out so very, very much. And I do appreciate it so very, very much. If you guys do want to see future Farming Simulator 22 Feenix moments, be sure to click the subscribe button. If you guys want to know if I whenever do live or upload a video, click that notification bell. And as always, guys, thank you so very, very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.